Oh, hey guys. Welcome to Liedzin. That's the German name. I think the original Polish name was Lit. Or Lek. Lek, maybe. It starts with a G. I call it Gizmo. It's not Gizmo. But here we are. We're in the heart of the Missouri country. We're around lakes. And we're going to explore and I think have a really good time. So let's get to this. On a side note here, you see all these cities, these capital cities, you get like Bucharest and Budapest and Riga and Tallinn. London's on the other side. It's interesting. So I guess people that live in this area, at least now they know how to get to these other spots. In this case, starting off with a bus. That's how I got here today. God, I am sick as a dog right now. I got a headache, and I'm feeling crappy. So since I've spent a lot of time in the lakes region of New Hampshire and Maine, I figured it would be proper to spend some time in the lakes region of Poland. We started this before with elk, and now we're here in G-Town. Yeah. That's about all I got right now. There's supposedly a swinging bridge up here, so I think we'll check that out first and maybe get something to eat. And when I say get something to eat, I don't mean McDonald's. It's a mile in the opposite direction, and while it certainly is probably a yummy one, we have to continue to get out of our comfort zone and try local restaurants. So here's a quick question. Does anyone know, can I eat these berries? These orange berries? Are these like the, is this like the current? I really need to start learning what each of these seeds and berries and fruits. Because, you know, if anything ever happened, like an apocalypse, I wouldn't really know what to eat, what to forage. So here's the train tracks under construction. It's supposed to take a few more years. If memory serves, it's because they're switching from a narrow gauge track to the one that the rest of the country uses. Oh, this is pretty down here. All these sailboats. No idea what this is. It says like an eco marina. I just kind of took a left. I was like, there's water. Let's go. Now, as I look down here at the water, I can't help but think to myself, how many people, this is kind of random, or maybe not, but it's the first thing that pops in my head, like how many people when they're dating someone would go down here, you know, to enjoy the water, a little walk. Must be a better spot though than this. So this is clearly the marina. What's interesting though is I see these signs. I guess you can rent these boats by the hour. Depends on what kind of boat you have that you want. But they run between like $30 to $50 an hour. At least that's what I saw when I'm walking by. This reminds me a little bit of like in Krakow, when you go to like the center of town and you have like your markets and stuff like that. So right here you have your same animals, all the kiosks. Oh, all these little stuffed animals need a home, guys. They do. It's pretty though. You have your magnets, your name tags, your fish, your sunglasses in case you forgot them. Oh my God, this is awesome. Look at this guy. He's a cutie. No, this is cute. I assume they don't have this here in the wintertime. And check out this well, I won't say it's arcade, but look what they have in here waiting for you to win. Oh my God. I know someone who wants this. And I'll give you a hint, it's not neat. Actually, I know a lot of people still love this. It's cool, an air hockey table. They got restaurants right here. It's pretty neat. Can't complain, you're right on the water. For some reason, they're playing the Indiana Jones theme music to this coin game. Clearly, copyrights do not matter. Little knockout action. This looks pretty nice right here. Here's where my limited Polish comes in. That I'm like, it's like where you guess what you're gonna eat. It's funny, we haven't even gotten to like the town itself. We're still among this paradise of fun. Well, at least I found somewhere to run in the morning. That's cool. But like, this goes on for quite a bit. In the distance, I can see an observation tower. Although, I don't know if you can see it right here, because I walked right by it. It's kind of crowded right now. But you can take this like walkway out into the water's edge and you can look out. So if you need a water view where you're up higher, you can do that. Or you can just be like me and just walk to the edge and look out at ground level. Wow, they actually have a proper beach. That's what I'm talking about. But since I just saw that alligator, I'm a little bit concerned. Well, this isn't packed for a Thursday, 4th of July. I will say, though, it is kind of, it's definitely busier than when we were in the city of Elk. And Elk is basically 3 times bigger. Well, 2.5 times bigger. Where we are, there's a population of about 26,000, I think. So here we are. I walked closer for us. So this is lake number 1. There's 2 lakes. I forget what I don't know their names, but yeah, here's 2 lakes. What is this? I guess this means they don't want me swimming right here. Or they're waiting for the alligators. This is the way they're fending them off. I feel like I'm on a summer vacation today. It's so nice and bright. Water looks so inviting. So that's the first part. This is our waterway. We need, as fun as this is, I think we need to go more into town. Don't you think? Yeah, I do. Don't worry. We'll come back. We'll come back. So with the beach over there behind us, we're walking closer into town now, but there's just more and more like activity related stuff. It's cool. I had no idea they had like a proper amusement park even. Look at this. It's like I'm back in Southport at Pleasureland. I think it's called Pleasureland. Hopefully I remember that right. But look, why would you not want to come here during the summer? Oh my God. I mean, check out these rides. In all seriousness, for a summer place, this is really cool. Where I used to spend my summers in the Laconia area, you know, we were able to do stuff like this as well. Well, not like this. Look at that puppy. It's like London. But more importantly, look at this ride. I remember this puppy. I remember getting sick on it. And how can you go wrong with bumper cars? You can't. All right, do you think there's a one way in, one way out here? And I guess what you do is you pay per ride. You go to the casa. So we're leaving now, I'm sorry. We're crossing back where they have not built the track. And we're going back towards, I guess, the center. I see a monument down the way. I think we're gonna go that way, straight. Wow, this town has like, I've said this before, but it's because of the region and where we are. It definitely has like those vibes of like the Estonian architecture, Lithuanian, more of the Baltic areas. You can definitely, I mean, when I was in Sopot, it was the same thing. It's pretty. It's past the Biedronka too. I wonder. Never mind. One thing I have noticed that there are more of here for some reason. There's more bugs. Get a lot more flies on me. We're taking a parking lot detour because I see a Mexican restaurant and I'm always fascinated what they call them, like what it's called here. Oh, yeah, so there's the Biedronka. I have heard that they kick people out of there, that they actually ban people from going into Biedronka. Here's my question for you. If you're ever banned from a place, how do they keep track of that? Or is it just sort of like if you show up, and they recognize you, do they call the police? I've never been banned from anything. I've been kicked out of stores, like asked to leave. It was a Bed Bath & Beyond. My brother and I, we were like 10 and we were jumping we were jumping from bed to bed. I guess you can't do that. But anyway, I heard here a guy got banned from there, so I wasn't sure what that meant. I will say one thing I like how the stores seem more a part of the community. It doesn't look like, well, granted we're in the center of the town, but it doesn't feel like that they're like, that they stand out, if you will, that where they detract. Instead, they just look like they're embraced. So like, look at this little plaza right here with our El Caminero Mexican food. Wonder if it's any good. Got some dresses, pizza place, king kebab. That's another question that has not been answered to me by anyone, is how did kebab become so popular in Poland? Like right here, there's 2 kebab places. Like, what brought kebab here? I'm just curious. I know a lot about many things. I don't know about kebab. I have no idea what I just ordered. On the register, it said a zapionka. Doesn't smell like it. Looks like a cheesy mushroom delight. And then of course I got some pierogies because, I need to make sure that I'm abiding by these eating Polish rules. So let's try this. This looks like a pie. That's what I got. Mushrooms and cream. It's good. It's almost like an Alfredo sauce. I like it. Good choice. And then we got a meat. This looks like duck. It's hot. So you might be wondering, how did I pick this out? I walked into the store. I didn't understand any of the Polish, and I just pointed at this. Yep, that's how I roll. And then she said English, and I said sure. Yeah, but I never asked. But have you come for food? Come on. What are you looking? Oh, what, do you like Sprite? So I think without even knowing it, I actually am in like the center part of town. Like I just went on my maps just curious because I was trying to figure out where my check-in was with the hotel. It's actually in 5 minutes and it's literally only 200 meters that way. So that's a score. I like this spot. You're in like, you can watch the cars, watch the people go by. Cafe's pleasant enough. It's good. Usually I don't give names of where I eat, but today I will. I just ate at Pubite Gary. It's a bistro. It's cute. And what I like about this little section of town is you got bistros, cafes, whatnot, all in the same area. In fact, even though we're walking in the opposite direction, let me show you my favorite coffee shop. I was just marveling at a restaurant menu because they had the pictures, which I like because even though I judge it in the States, here I'm all for it so I can figure out what the heck I'm eating. But right across the street, let's see if I can do this. I like this. This is where I'll be coming back later to eat, all these restaurants. So oregano, pizza and pasta. That's not it, but here it is, guys, right here. The White Bear. White Bear coffee. We'll be back here later. It's one of my first time I ever went to one was in Białystok. And it was good. And I like that in the middle they have the boat to represent they're a seagoing community. And look, there's an elk, which is interesting because the actual seal, the actual emblem of the city is 3 fish, which I find funny because Rybnik down in the south is just 1 fish. So here's a monument towards World War II. From a distance, I thought it was a big potato. It's not, but I thought it was. But that is one thing that you shouldn't forget when you're in this area, is that this was in the fray. This was a part of the fighting. Hitler and his forces had their wolf slayer, their like advanced, their stronghold, the Prussian base, if you will. It's only like 30 minutes from here. This is cute. I like it. I like the energy. It reminds me, I'm going to go out on a limb. This little section here reminds me a little bit of Amsterdam, actually. Which might sound crazy, but on some of the streets that I walked on, it had this kind of vibe, this energy with these little shops and restaurants, souvenirs, and a church. You know, we're supposed to be checking into the hotel now, but I think my hotel's right here, actually. I'm pretty sure. But this little church right here is calling my name. This is the Evangelical-Augsburg Church. And I think there you have the door shut. They do, which is a shame. But at least we can get a view. It's quaint. I like the white. It reminds me a little bit of a meeting hall, doesn't it? Yeah. And a bit anticlimactic. I thought there'd be more to our church tour. We'll have to find other churches. All right, I'm gonna go check in. So this area is booming with people. This is such a contrast to when I was in Elk just this morning and yesterday. But there's something cool right across the street from the hotel I want to show you guys. There's actually like a lot of cool stuff. It's just a matter of being able to walk around and explore. But I want to show you this mosaic. So there's a fountain right here. It looks like a girl's about to kiss a frog. But the mosaic's right behind it. Let me see if I can get closer. And since everyone else is a tourist here, I decided to embrace my tourism more with this. But look at this building right here. This is the old movie theater, I believe. I think I saw the word, it was Kino. This is something that like Bald and Bankrupt would go crazy over. It's pretty cool. And then even down below, there's this other one as well. I like it. But now the two questions that come to mind are, how long has the Kino been closed, right? And because I mean, this building looks like it's been through the ringer. I was gonna go show you more about that girl, the one who's kissing the frog, but some people on the bench. I'm trying to not be rude. And then it's interesting. You know, you just walk over and then boom, you're in the apartments. All going this way. And then it's quiet. I love it. It's funny. I'm definitely getting like some Parnu vibes. And I think I already mentioned that, but that's what I keep getting reminded of. as I'm here. But this is as touristy as you would get in the summer months anyway, short of you being in Sopot or that area. I'm not really sure what this is. I'm passing a bunch of beer cans. It looks like it used to be a park. Or maybe it still is a park. I don't know. And there's the back part of the movie theater. And, Ooh, that's a beautiful tree right there. Actually, there's a couple beautiful trees that they've put fences around, and I do not know why that is. Huh. I have to admit it's a relief to be one street over, although we have to go back in the fray shortly, but my hotel room is pretty loud because you have a bunch of apartments people rent for the season and or for a few days or however long it is. And anyway, yeah, it's just loud. People cackling and being obnoxious. Shouldn't be as a shocker, but for me it's not what I had last night. Now look at this building right here. I like the color. It's pretty. Again, I like the warmer colors because I know in the winter, especially in Poland and in this part of Poland, it's just gray. So whatever you can have to make it more uplifting, is a good time. As we come back to busy area, it's funny. I see the Costa Coffee, which I haven't really seen that many of late. But I wanted to show you it just because it's kind of, you got like a little development right there on the side. We're only about a block over from where we were before. I don't know if you actually can see it, but here's something that I'm still not used to in Poland. But they have one here, and that's a photo shop. Right here. I mean, sure, you go to photo shops for like your documents and stuff like that, but it's just kind of funny because in the States, you just go to Walmart or you go to the post office, and that's about it. If you need your document photos. Oh, look at this. I like how the post office has a whole building all to itself, since it's such a major figure here in this area. But more importantly, this fountain has the 3 fish. And while I should be going to look at the fountain, I'm wondering if this is one of the high schools. I did like a cursory look online, and I swear this is one of the high schools. I don't know. I'm sure I'll hear later whether it was or not. The one right across from the post office. All right, so here's your fountain. Okay, this is kind of ironic. So you have the 3 fish, but no water. So literally it's fish out of water. That's sad. I forget what these fish are called. Oh, I think these are breen. I think that's what I was told. They're breen. Put in the comments if I'm right or wrong, because I don't remember. The Hotel Wodnik is right here. And it's interesting because it looks like something out of the 70s to me. I like it. Almost stayed here actually, but my place it was a better deal. But it reminds me of when you got that bus up front. It just reminds me of something that you would have seen in like a 1970s or early 1980s film about country of Poland. So it's kind of stereotypical for me, but I like it. I wonder what the rooms look like. Oh, there's kebab. I noticed some kids go by and on their bikes. One of them almost took me out. But it was interesting because all three of them, none of them were wearing their bike helmets. So again, takes me back to my own childhood and not this overprotectiveness that we have now. So we have some Earl Grey, a waffle, and a chocolate brownie. Yummy. Inside the White Bear coffee shop. Very, very cute. So good. I've been at one of these before. I don't usually do coffee shops and cafes, but this one I like. I like it a lot. That hit the spot, although I will admit I should have gotten just 2 waffles. I remember that from before. It's not that the brownie's bad, it's just the waffle's just a little bit of heaven. I wanted to point something out here. Let me show you. This is me showing you how you get like, I don't know, there's like an ignorance being an American. I don't know if you can see it, those Himalayan salt candle lamp things. I mention it because I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I just wasn't thinking. Maybe this is the lack of common sense that my mother stresses from time to time. The nice flowers. But I remember when I was living in Poland and I was so shocked that I was able to order a Himalayan salt lamp. I, for some reason, thought that they were only in the United States. I don't know why. Typical. You know, sometimes a town is super helpful. Look what they have right here. Look at this. It actually, so this used to be Letzenburg. Neuendorf, Lotzen, Lek, Wusani, maybe? I don't know. And then I'm not even going to try it, but it's the current name from 1946 on. So Lotzen, or Letzen, was its name for 300 years. Actually, more than that. Huh, interesting. I just passed another kebab place. I think I figured out why there's so many kebab places. Because this is a tourist hub. Ooh. You know, I was looking for some carrot cake for me and red velvet cake, and I saw neither inside the White Bear. Very disappointing. Oh, that's good. There's the Roastmans. Might go there later. Do you guys see that kebab thing in the distance? It's funny. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb, okay, as we walk down this way. This looks cute. But Adam's Cucciarana looks pretty cute. It's been serving it for 50 years. I like that. What I was going to say, though, is I'm going to go out on a limb and say the majority of the tourists that come here that are not Polish are probably German. I mean, it's the same concept. Like when I was in Sopot and in Gdansk, that's what it was. That was the bulk of them. It's too close. And frankly, for like budget flights to get here, it's not really a close airport. There's the Missouri, but Olston. I'm sure I mispronounced that, but you still, unless you have a car, it's not user friendly. A sushi, Gramada. Huh. Gramada used to be a big time like hotel chain. There was a Gramada in Przemyśl, that I stayed at, or at least it was converted as such. Okay. I don't know if this is the right turn or not. I don't understand. They have fountains, but they're not like blowing any water. Not blowing, but shooting up any water. Just like all the rest of Poland, love the parks. Amazing. Whoa, that's a big raven. Hello there, buddy. So our landmarks right now, we're looking for a Biedronka. And yeah, that's our landmark. And I feel like I have gypped myself of late on my tour of Poland, my return tour, and into these new places, because I have not been to any cemeteries, like proper cemeteries. Makes me sad. And in a way, actually, I feel a little upset. I was in some cities, like I was in the city of Warsaw. I have yet to go to a cemetery in Warsaw. I've been to Warsaw like 7 times now. Disappointment. I really like this park. It's quiet. I think our spidey sense is taking us exactly where we need to be. It's definitely something of religious significance. I think we found our cemetery. Cool. But what I was going to say is, how many people have spent time in this park? Do we have any local viewers? And for my regular Polish viewers, how many people have been to the city? That's what I want to know. Ooh, I like this cemetery. Cool. So I think this was a cemetery back in 1822, and it was around for 70 years. Oh, this cemetery is awesome. And I hear a church. I feel like we can probably hit a church. I just have to figure out where the church is. All right, here we go. We're into the old cemetery. Oh, this is awesome. Now, what I was told from my friend is that there's a large area of graves from the 1950s, actually. We'll go this way. That are of children who died. So I don't know if there was like sicknesses going around or what. But see, like this one right here. This person was born 1954 and then died in 1955. So I think these beginning graves, a lot of them are of kids. They're also smaller. Oh, I love this cemetery. I mean, yes, the graves are spread out quite a bit, but I like the energy in it. I like the trees. I think what it reminds me of is when I was in Vilno, and the old Jewish cemetery there got razed by the Germans. And after they razed it, well, there's very little left of the cemetery. There's a couple of the tombstones. But what's kind of fitting is that there's all these trees that have grown up since then. And I like, the way that I interpret it is that the people that had died there because of the belief, how your remains turn to ashes, and then that's good for the soil and it grows and all that stuff. So it's like each tree represented a person. So the forest that's there is, in effect, all those people that have passed. Anyway, that's how I kind of looked at it. It's so cool being back in a Polish cemetery because there's a difference. We don't have, at least in my part of the United States, we don't have like the foundational part around it, You just have the tombstone itself. And there must have been something here. Maybe it was a medallion, maybe a cross, maybe it was a picture of the person, which was more common in a lot of these early graves. Actually, not early graves, in the Polish graves that I've seen over the past year and a half. They're lovely. Good call. Good call there, Dominica. If anyone is looking for things to do in this city, I'll put the link in the description of a local who happens to be a travel blogger who can hook you up. So here's one quick story before we head out and look at some other things. But this grave right here is I'm going to say it's Elizabeth Zukowska, but she was born in Wilno, and then she died here. Born in 1863, died in 1945. In November of 1945. So I don't know anything about her past. What I was going to say is she was born in Wilno, which up until World War II was a Polish city. Maybe, yeah, up until World War II. And then when the war ended and the Soviet Union pushed across, Wilno got swallowed up, became a part of the Soviet Union's version of Lithuania, and those residents who were Poles were basically forced to leave and to resettle or to settle in the German-speaking Prussian regions that had now become a part of Poland. And that was this region where we are right now, if memory serves. So I'm not surprised to see that name and those dates, because it's very likely that she was forced out when they kicked the German population out of here, and she came here for her last days. So that's my story. A little history lesson. Did you know that? I might have read about it last few days. But it does explain a lot, because I've been trying to think to myself, if this was predominantly German speaking, German region, how did that work? And again, what happened was a lot of people were kicked out. Now, right next to the cemetery, I was trying to see like the top of a church, but right next to it, I noticed there was like a bathroom place. But what I found over here is their outdoor market, which they kind of intimidate me, but not right now, because there's no one here. And usually, this is just how it works. But I thought I'd show it to you, so you can imagine for yourself this full of stalls and people coming by and getting their food, maybe buying some clothes, inexpensive clothes. Like this line right here is probably for the produce, so people will go. Yeah. So it's kind of neat. This is the Targowska. So this is the center market, if you will. And see? So it's partially covered so you don't get rained on. I think this one is for like shoes and clothes. It's for bicycles right there. I don't know. It's just something different to look at, and if you're into shopping and being around people and not intimidated by that, this could be something you might want to walk around. Just not at 5:30 at night when they're clearly closed. Kind of neat though, right? And right now instead it's used for people to cut through. Sort of like how they're cutting through the cemetery to get to the park and go on their way. Someone is obsessed with penises. I'm not really sure why we're doing that as graffiti. I noticed, I haven't really seen it anywhere else, but I saw it in Białystok, and now I've seen it here. Nice, someone drew a swastika. Again, good to see that people don't understand these things and are drawing stuff that, promotes hate. Way to go. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to take me to the church that I heard, but we're going to try it anyway. And then I have one more thing I want to show you. Okay, there's the Biedronka. I wonder if this is the Biedronka. Nah, never mind. You remember from earlier when I asked, so if you get kicked out and are forbidden, are you kicked out of all of them or just one? I like Biedronka, really do. Good prices. And I think there's a church directly up ahead. Let's check this puppy out. Nice little apartment buildings right here. Got a little style to it. I don't know if I can just cut through though. We'll find out, I guess. So we have come across a church. I can't really tell how old it is. It looks pretty modern to me, on at least the back side. Maybe in the front it's older. Actually, it does. It looks older now the more that I look at it. And we'll cut in. Uh-oh. At 5 o'clock mass. I don't know if they're done or not. I want to show you this right here, the outside part. They have a lot of homes like that, styled in Sopot. The Blessed Pope John Paul II. If you watch my elk video, you'll know I'm having bad timing with these things. They're doing a service right now. Just as I suspected. 5:30 service. It just started. So that's not going to happen. Not feeling ballsy enough tonight to do that. However, though, it looked really modern on that side. I am wondering if there's an older, cooler looking chapel on the front. I love the colors. Again, this reminds me a little bit of Piscina. Wow, look at this, guys. Look at these homes. I can see the German influence. Oh, and look what we got here. So this is what I'm talking about. It's almost like, so here's the front of the building, which the church that I tried to walk into in the back, the worship area was completely different. So I wonder if they probably have it closed up. No, they don't. Blessed be. There, oh crap. His father's right outside. I don't mean oh crap, his father's. I'm walking out of church with the camera. But what I was going to say is, it's interesting, like where we just were, that side chapel, the older part, it was all women in there. And then they were reciting the prayers that I think were being told in the other chapel, in the main one. So I don't know how that works. Like why that they were doing that, or maybe it's like in some churches, some people who've been going to church for a long time, they prefer the older sections, and they do that to kind of appease both parties, new and old. It's weird. On top of it, top of the structure, they have a bunch of swords as like clock points. Can you guys see it? See those swords? Huh. Interesting. All right. Did I mention we're going to have another day here? It's pretty exciting. We are. Unlike the last few vlogs where we've only been in a place for one day, we're here for 2 days. So you have to join me for part 2. But before we close up shop, there's one more place I want to show you today. I was about to keep walking straight when I saw this pizza factory. I bet you they do decent business, this pizza factory right here, because they're in between 2 apartment buildings. Sometimes I wonder, and I mentioned it before many, many times, I wonder how they come up with names for different restaurants. The pizza factory. I'm like the locals now. I'm cutting right back through the cemetery again to get to our next spot. The question is can I actually walk right through it? I don't want to be climbing over a rusted fence, so we'll just choose not to. It means a whole other 10 feet or so. And now, right on the edge of the cemetery and in our park, you can catch sight of the water tower, which I guess you can go up there, by the way, and get some of the best views in all of town. We'll go over there and see if they charge. What do you think the over-under is? I'm going to make a prediction and say that the answer is going to be this. That's what I think. At first, I thought I was walking by a bunch of ghosts in the trees that they hung up. I'm still not really sure what those are. Huh. Oh my God, this is beautiful. I think we found a cute little Orthodox church right next to the water tower. And a Lidl, where they have really good peanut butter. Or so I've been told. No, they do. So in the shadow of the water tower, look at this. Look at this cute little Orthodox church. And you can tell it's Orthodox because when you look at the cross, there's that lower marking. It's like it's a double cross. Too cool. Huh. And interesting enough, not only is it Orthodox, Piatnica, Piatok. I say not only is it Orthodox, but I got a puppy right here who is saying hi to me. He's not barking anymore. I think he knows that I come as a friend. But, maybe that was in Ukrainian. Or Belarusian. It wasn't Russian, because the words are a little bit different. One more little side view right here. I get so distracted by churches. And then look, I see another one directly in the background over there. And the whole intention, though, to come here wasn't to hit the Orthodox Church, but was it to see this guy right here. Look at it. Look at that. All right, let's see if they're closed or if I can get up there. I hate heights. Like, absolutely hate heights. Here we go. Oh, door's open. It's open from 10 until 8. So we're going up the stairs, as you can tell. I'm taking the elevator on the way down. Oh, God. They have beautiful artwork in between. Whew. Actually, really beautiful. Oh, I've seen this before. I've seen this piece of art. Or something similar. It's beautiful. And the girl as well. I like all these paintings. They're so lively. So I had to pay 20 zloty. It's about $5. It's fine. I usually don't pay for anything. But I knew that I think the view's pretty good. God, I'm frightened. Oh, shit. Got a bunch of heads up here. Oh, God. I'm gonna have to put the camera away to go up this last flight. It's stressing me out. But I did want to point out here, oh God. I just was on some rugs. I think it's a Gizycko. Good. I vanquished the Gizycko finally. Definitely. What I wasn't sure is, do you see the menorah right there? I like that. We're showing history of everyone in this area. And these are all documents related to Poland gaining their independence during and means of payment during the post-war war. Huh. God. They have a bathroom here if you're interested. I'm just interested in holding on for my dear life. Little cafe. Oh wow. More, oh, it's a restaurant. Cool. Okay. Almost there. Here we go. Whoa. It's a restaurant on 3 floors. Alright guys. So this is why we came up here. I'm going to show you the view of the city and the area. So take a look. Look at all the apartment buildings over there. More apartment buildings, a church. I do like how you can easily identify the churches. You see like, you know, the sections of town that people would go to worship. And then you go this way. And I'm going very slow because it creeps me out. Then you got the lake right here. Here's your view. It's so much cooler up here. You can see the sailboats out there enjoying themselves. And then again, if you follow that way and then to the right, there's another lake on the side. So there you go. There you have it. Look at this view. Look at this lake. It's beautiful. And with that, I'm going to bid you guys adieu. We'll pick this up again with part 2 shortly. Well, meaning whenever it comes out. Alright guys, see you soon. Peace. On a side note, so less stressed being within these walls looking out. I'm perfectly content like this. I don't like being out there. So if you're like me and don't like heights, you can come up to the top, still get all your views, but don't have to stress about it. Alright, I'm really going now. Peace.